Hi, I guess we're on. Hi, guys. Let's do some readings tonight. All right, come back. Let's read. Well, not now. We'll find out. Oh. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Super Fun Spirit Experience. I'm your very friendly local psychic, Kelly McClure, psychic medium. Tonight, though, we're going to be doing some card readings and answer life questions and issues like that. So we're not really going to be going into spirit tonight unless they really bug me and get my attention or something crazy happens. But we will be doing card readings, which is another service that I provide, and it answers a lot of questions. Everybody always tells me they're super spot on. So they answer a lot of questions about life issues, anything from career to relationships, finances, and since we're going to try to move through kind of quickly, I'm just asking you to ask your most important question and just be specific about it. It's easier if you just go ahead and assume this is all real and everything. I'm the real deal. So don't try to trick me with anything. Just ask me a question. I'll answer it, and you'll find out later that it's true. So don't worry about all that. Just ask your question and be specific so I can answer it specifically and I don't have to. Otherwise, I'm going to get all kinds of information around you. That's what a full reading's about. Later, you can book that. And at the end of tonight, when we're done, I'm going to give you a discount code so that it makes it affordable for you to book a private reading, and then you can get all your questions answered. So if you have a specific question about a person in your life, a relationship, money, a job, a career, a move, a new baby, something like that, just ask your question specifically. Obviously, I can't get to everybody, but I'll get through as many as I can. And I'm going to be able to kind of tilt my camera down so you can see the table where my cards are. I use a regular deck of cards. I don't use tarot cards. I like this deck I found in England, in a little shop in England once. They got cool pictures on them. The pictures don't really mean anything. I go by the numbers and I line it up differently. But they are a cool deck. They've got really cool pictures. So I won't be able to get to everybody, but go ahead and ask your question once or twice. That's it. Don't inundate the feed or else we'll have to block you, because a lot of people are trying to get through and they want to see too what this is all about. If you can confirm anything that does come through or validate it, please do. If you've asked your question early on and we're coming to you a little bit later, then please let us know you're still on if you can. That would be great. And it does we do have a little bit of a delay, so be patient with us there. I cleared my deck, which means I put them all in order and saged them before I start. So I'm going to be shuffling as we go here to get ready. Also, scammers come on and they're really incessant about trying to pick up the leftovers. So, anyone who doesn't get a reading tonight, please ignore the scammers, because I think it's unethical for them to try to get business by soliciting you on my feed. And I don't think you need a reading from someone unethical. I think you need the real deal. So please just ignore them. And also, if you do go to my Facebook page, make sure that it's me, because people have a lot of fake profiles out there too, pretending to be me. So, okay. I think my cards are about ready. And let's have some fun. All right. Go ahead. Okay, Brittany, she says, hi, Kelly, and great. Thanks. Anything coming up for me about housing? So, Brittany, we're going to look for cards that are the Ace of Hearts is about housing. We're going to look for that one, housing and home. We're going to look in the home pile, which is the second one. So I'll kind of show you how that looks. So let's see. Who wants to know about housing? Okay. So first, we just kind of cut the deck in 4 piles like that. And this is the pile we're going to look at mostly, but we're going to turn them all over. Not everything means something every time, because when I do a full read, I turn all the cards over and they don't always mean something. There is a message about home or housing. Also, I do need my nails done if anyone wants to make a trade and does nails. But yeah, I'm aware. I need my nails done. Here's a message about housing. And guess what? This pile is important too, because this is what's sure to come true pile kind of tells the ultimate outcome, and that's a wish come true. So one of the things that Spirit always does when people ask a question is it turns around and asks you, what do you want? So if you've made your manifestation list about your housing, this is saying it's lining up for you. So it's connecting. Oh, also there's something about work and housing going together. So you might want to take a look to make sure that you're focusing your energy on where the rest of your life you want that to be most. So this is really good news around health and connection, and that may have to do with work as well. And there's the housing card in the heart pile. This is something that's important to you, and it's also something that you want certain desires around, and letting go of any. So this would be like fear of emotional attachment to the past, or anything that you need to let go of around a recent residence. And then focus on what it is you want to create. But it does say that there is some energy moving toward housing, and it's asking, what do you want? What do you want? Because you will get it. So make sure that you make your list. You guys, if you're trying to create something in your life and you haven't made your list out, meaning be kind of specific about the things that are important to you about the thing that you want to create, then the universe doesn't have anywhere to go. You've got to make your list out, and you've got to be as clear as you can. You don't have to get specific on the things that don't matter. If you want a convertible, write a convertible. But if you don't care whether it's blue or white, don't write the color. So it looks like there's a lot of energy around bright change in housing and a wish come true. So Brittany, the universe is asking, let's get clear on what the issue is and what you want, and let go of any emotional attachment to the past. Any fear. There does seem to come up disappointment, fear, and emotion that needs to be cleared around the past. And then, boop, all comes true. Wish come true. All right. Thank you so much for that question. The reason I know it's about letting go of that emotional energy is because one of the cards that followed the 7 was this card, and this is about letting go. Okay. Next, John. Hi, John. How are you? So health issues. Yeah, let's see what that is and where the block is. Health issues are usually some sort of block or old energy sticking around. I just did this really interesting spirit reading the other day where someone in spirit, after they passed, was still having some health issues, or was still identifying with the health issues that they just had. And it was becoming very clear to them that there was some energy they were holding on to that they were dealing with in that past life and weren't quite ready to let go of that yet. So, and yet they were standing right next to another person who had passed away with no health issues, saying, I'm at peace, and therefore my body is clear, and all my health issues are gone. So let's see what the block is and what the news is about your health going forward in the future. All right, so nice, good shuffles. We're also going to put a white light right down your whole body. So sometimes I can see where the blocks are, and they'll kind of bring that to me in my body. So let's see. So the health cards are the 8 of Hearts, and we're going to see where that connects to you. So actually, I'm going to pull out a card that represents you right now. And I think I'm going to use the King of Diamonds. So that's going to represent you. And let's look where that 8 of Hearts, or 8 of Hearts is. Oh, one more. Not feeling right just yet. One more. Okay. That feels about right. There it is. All right. That's really good news. But it also says that it's in your heart pile. So, sometimes our emotional state and the things that are in our consciousness can collect energy. So look for your heart. Make sure your heart is nice and clear of any resentment or any old energy. And we're going to start here in your heart pile. All the cards that follow the 7 are going to move over here around you, and that's going to make a special message as well. Yeah, there's a little bit of fear. Well, look at the outcome is really good, though. So a little bit of sticky energy around a female or a person from the past. And then wish come true, heart's desire, and good health. Also, you're going to be, this is about a contract or a working relationship with someone who can help you health wise. So either a new health provider, a holistic healer, someone that can help you with that. This is new though. So look around, ask spirit to help you find the right and perfect healthcare provider, and look into holistic healing as well. But there's just a little bit of sadness or fear or energy around the past, and particularly people. And then you've got wish come true, heart's desire, and health. And that's all in the heart pile. So nice, clean, clear. So health returning, but a little bit of energy. I suspected there might be something emotional to let go of first. So, do whatever writing you have to do, whatever clearing you have to do. And then also look in the heart chakra. That's where we hold love. It's also where men tend to hold a lot of their emotions and stress, where it gets kind of stuck below the throat chakra. So instead of speaking about all their emotions and stuff, they just kind of get stuck in that heart-centered space, which is why men have a lot of heart attacks. So look in that heart-centered space. And but I see good news around health. So when I see that card right next to the wish come true card, that's a good sign, a really good sign. So don't worry, everything's good. Just go ahead and do your inner work. And then also it looks like you're going to find out some information about someone else who can help you in a little bit of a different way. So a new kind of a doctor. Everything else looks good. You will get a message unexpectedly. Okay, so just real quick, John, it looks like in your unexpected pile, there's a message. And after you hear from someone from the past, a lot of that energy is going to clear. So it might not be a great phone call. It might be a message, email, text, phone call, or something that you're not looking forward to hearing about. But once that's done, your energy frees up a lot around that. Okay. All right, who do we have next? We'll have a relationship with my son again. All right, and Janice, we're going to ask about your son. So, all right. One of the things that I'm kind of hearing, and I suspect the cards will sort of confirm this, is that yes, you probably will, most likely will have a relationship with your son, but Spirit's also talking a lot about letting go of the expectation. In other words, there's sort of this law of the universe that says we don't get what we want till we don't need it anymore. In other words, if you kind of just let him go, energetically let him go, and then make your life the way that you want it, and your well-being intact without his energy in your life, it kind of frees up other people to then be able to enter back into your life without the previous energy that was there, keeping them kind of stuck. So part of this is about letting go, but let's see what the cards say. So the jacks, we're going to look around the jacks. I am going to pull out a card that represents you, and then the jacks will represent younger male energy around you. So let's do Queen of Clubs. See, one of the things about doing a card reading, you guys, is that we're working with Spirit for your highest guidance, but a lot of the questions that have to do with the future, Spirit is trying to work that out for you, but there are some things that we have to do here in the physical realm that help make it a little bit easier to create. So that's why the guidance is important, because it can tell you what to do on your part. Okay. Here's your card. We're going to look where the jacks come in, and we're going to look specifically in the heart pile, but we're also going to look for what follows the sevens. Those are indicator cards. And you guys, I teach card reading class. If you're interested, let me know, because I love teaching card reading, and anybody with an open heart and an integrity mind and a little bit of intuition can do this. So let's see where it's coming. Yeah, this is the troubled energy in your heart around this is one of the things that's blocking it. So now let's see where those male cards come in. Well, you have a lot of, and that falls a 7. That's a big block. You have a lot of really encouraging energy too in your heart pile. So this is a young male. This is a little bit of fear, but like I said, if you go through the process of letting go and grieve, that requires a little bit of grieving because this is hard to explain. Because I don't want you to hear me say that you're not going to get to talk to your son again or that you're not going to have a relationship. That's not at all what I'm saying, because spirits tell me it's quite possible and even probable. But you almost have to come to terms with how you would feel if you knew that you never got to have a relationship with him, and let whatever emotional energy comes up about that to come up and process, because that energy can be a big block energetically between us and the people that we love, and it creates a kind of demand on their energy as well. In other words, if you're not okay because your son's not in your life or you don't have the relationship that you want to have, then it's almost incumbent upon his spirit to make that right. And that puts pressure on them and it pushes them away. Any pressure is going to push, right? So if you can come to a more peaceful place about this, then the freedom for him to come right back in will happen. So he's a little afraid to get close because of the energy that's from the past that you can then let go of. So one of the exercises, you guys, that you can do if you're keeping anything outside of your reality is to act as if you're never going to have it, breathe through and process the grief of that till it frees you up and you can be in a lighter place about it, and then they can come right back in. And I suspect that that's what this is. That's that whole thing. You don't get what you want till you don't need it anymore. In other words, you come to a place of peace and okayness without it, and then it can come in. So it does look like he has some fear to move through as well, and releasing that energy is going to unlock that and release that for him. So then it'll feel very comfortable for him to come back closer to your life energetically. And so everything that shows up technically has to follow the energy, you guys. We have to shift the energy in order for anything to actually physically come. So, but you do have other cool, really cool cards. This is the card of opportunity. So what'll happen? Oh, and a bright change around opportunity. That 5 is a really cool card around bright change. So this card and these cards together means in the what's sure to come true pile. So that's the final one. Oh, look at this. I'm telling you, if you listen to this, you're going to get this. So this is success about heart's desire following the 7s in the what's sure to come true pile. So you're going to have the opportunity to talk. And when you have the opportunity to talk again, if you're relaxed and peaceful and you can be authentic. It's okay to feel your feelings, but if you take care of them yourself, there'll be no pressure for him to take care of those feelings for you, and vice versa. And that might be why you can't be in his life. If he has needs or things that he hasn't let go of yet, then he's pushing you away too. So both of you have to kind of do your work. And I really think there's going to be an opportunity to do that. So, and I think he's going to be well. The outcome here is about wellness, where the message was about distraught. So, so he's got a bright change around opportunity as well. So you'll be able to have him back in your life. Okay, next. Help me, please. How is this relationship going to work out with my husband's son and his new wife? The whole family feels like she doesn't like any of us. Okay, Jen. Let's see. Son and his new wife. Kind of feel like I want to pull out a card that represents her. So let me just see now here's the thing. If I read around someone remotely, my spirit cannot invade their privacy without their permission. So it's almost like I have to go out energetically again and test them out and get permission. If she's open, I'll get a lot of information. If she's not, she can block me out. And I respect boundaries, so I'm not likely to get information around people who are not open. But if she is, I can. Because here's what I'm hearing right off the bat. I don't think that she doesn't like any of you. I think that she's working through some of her own internal questions and insecurities that seem to be blanketing everybody. So once she works through those, I think that things will shift. But let me see if I'm right. So let's read around her. If I get blocked out completely, I'll read around your son. Again, letting go of any expectations. You know, we don't know what's going on with her yet. She could just be shy for all we know. She could be an introvert. We might be reading the signals wrong. Extroverts, by the way, read introverts wrong all the time because they just think, they're quiet because they're not having a good time. That's just not true. Okay. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know about this? All right, here we go. So I put her card out here. Yeah, there's so emotional. Around the home pile is success. So in the long run, if patience and understanding and just, it's okay if she doesn't become best friends with everybody, but there does look like there's sort of a happy balance that comes with the tens here. Relationship. And there's the letting go card. So let's start with her heart pile. This may be people in the past she has to let go of. She's going through a personal transformation. It may have to do with relationships in her family of origin or relationships from her past. 2, 3, 4, 5 cards are all lining up. The outcome, I think, is pretty good here. Once she works through some issues from her experience. But I think that in her heart, guys, this is kind of hard to explain. Because I do see success on the far end of this. And in order to create that, the expectations, it's like, okay, let's not assume she doesn't like anyone. Let's assume that she's working through something that leaves her feeling like she has to have very strong boundaries. And then let's respect that space and just take off the expectations, send love and light, and let her work through this. That's probably the best approach right now, rather than just assuming that she doesn't like everybody. I just don't think that's the case. I think that she's feeling like she has to have some guards up for her own, well-being. But I think that she'll work through that in letting go of some past energy. So, because gosh, numerically, it's just sort of a matter of time. And when I look at success in the home pile here, now the only card that kind of confused me here are the 2 6s with relationship and then letting go. Because the success card is in the home pile, I don't think it's necessarily that their relationship needs to be let go of. I think there's past issues that have to be let go of, because happiness, love, success, that all comes up. Look. So there's the male energy, happiness, love, success. That all looks good. Unity, oneness, things coming together in the home, around the home. Lucky 7, help from heaven. All that looks pretty good. So that's what I would do if I were you, is try not to take it personally and just send love and light, and then just sort of pull your energy back and just have no expectations. Once we let go of expectations, the pressure comes off, and respect whatever boundaries that because boundaries make people feel safe. So if she feels safe, she's much more likely to connect on her own terms. And maybe that looks a little different than what you're used to in the family, but it can still be a connection, and it can still be a healthy one. So that's what I would recommend. Yeah, you'll be all right. She'll be all right. I like the success card in the home pile. That's very encouraging. Okay. Peggy says her husband is going to be able to be successful with sobriety. Okay. So the 4 of spades is a very it's a card that could have anything to do with depression, addiction, sick or illness, or any kind of disturbed energy on a soul level, like real deep down. So we'll see where that comes up around him. And again, I'll read around him, but this could be something that's private to him, and he could easily block me out. But here's the king representing your husband. And if his soul is open, I think we'll get a lot of information. If it's something that's private to him, we might not, and we'll respect that. This is an issue that a lot of people struggle with, and everybody has their own personal path around this issue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And it could go back to his family of origin as well. That's an older male energy. There's card. So nothing bad so far. Everybody thinks this is a bad card. It's actually a really good one. It just kind of amplifies anything that it's next to. It's next to help from heaven. So maybe he's grappling with his higher self, his own spirit, his higher power, whatever he has faith in. I did this exercise with a client earlier in the day that I had a coaching session with, and I think it was kind of divinely inspired in that a lot of our issues can just sort of melt away when we can reconnect with who we believe we truly are. In other words, I had this person visualize not having a body. If you don't have a body, you're just a consciousness sort of floating around in the ethers. You don't have a body, therefore you can't have addictions because there's nothing for your body to get addicted to because you don't have a body. And identifying who you are in that consciousness, and then seeing everything else as an experience you choose to add on for your highest learning. Now, in that consciousness, when there may be a power source in that, and that's the kind of God card that I'm seeing here. It's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a religion or a specific deity, but we'll see he's working with trying to find his own higher power or his own inner power. So that looks like something he's truly working on, though. So that's a good sign, or at least in his inside, in his mind. He's going through a transformation for sure. The 2 5s together around him. The difficulty comes in a little bit of disappointment himself. So a lot of encouragement, keeping those boundaries. When people are grappling with their own, whatever you want to call them, issues, monsters, demons, they need to know where everybody else stands all the time. And so good boundaries around them are very helpful. So, make sure you're doing your part to find out about what that means for you. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of encouragement here. There's affection, so he truly wants to be. There's happiness. He wants to be happy. There's a bright change around work situation too, which I think is a good positive thing. And there's personal transformation. Very good chance here for this guy. I think he's trying really hard. Just keep your boundaries. Take good care of yourself so that he can feel like he can concentrate on his sobriety and not have to make everybody else happy. But have your boundaries. It's important. And the God's card is around him. This is a really interesting card to interpret because it's about a spiritual power, but not necessarily a religious power. Okay. All right. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. This is a very interesting name. I think it's Valley. Just want to know where my love life is going. Okay. So the cards of love and romance are the hearts, 3 and 6 and 10 of hearts. And the relationship card, that's the 6 of hearts. So I'm going to pull out. When I do cards around relationships and love, I trust the cards a lot because the relationships are super complicated and I'm not in one. So here's a card that represents you, and we're going to look for those hearts. And I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming it's a male energy you're looking for. Let me know, first of all, if you're still on. but it might be female or someone else. I don't know. So if it's a relationship with a male, that's cool. But we'll look for kings. All right. If it's a female, the queens would come up. If it's somewhere in between, the jacks often play a role in that. Okay, here we go. Here's the card representing you. So we're going to look for the 3, 6, and 10 of hearts pretty much. And this is the heart pile, this first pile here. It's things that are really close and important to you. Ooh, the card of self-reflection. You guys, this is a wonderful card. I love it very much. Favorite one in the whole deck. And it's really the only one that looks like what it means. And I don't know if you can see this. Fally, I hope I'm saying your name right. But she can see what she sees in the mirror here that she doesn't see outside the mirror. And that is the angel wings. And this is in the heart pile, and it is right next to the creation card. Now, the 2 10s, that could be a change in partnership. But it really depends more on who you are and what you want. This is a card about sometimes we get in relationships with other people because it helps us develop a better relationship with ourselves, either because it's a difficult person to work with or because they're trying to reflect the love that we need to have for ourselves. So this is your main card right now that's coming up for you, and it's really important. And creating this relationship with yourself is going to better help you create what you want with someone else. There does look like there's a change in relationship, though. So if it's bumpy or rocky right now, don't fret too much. There's something that's bringing you to your highest self. So now let's go look, and we'll look for those 3. So that's an important card, something for you to really pay attention to. That's moving forward. This is it's a little confusing because this also says that there's 2 jacks, which is an old friend back. So somebody from a past relationship may want to come back in, or that you may try to work it out. There's a bright change in opportunity, but also another little sticky energy here with another relationship. This is moving forward or moving on. This is you. And this is the cards that mean moving forward or moving on. And this is a female energy that may help you out with this, or a female energy that may be significant to you. There's the love card. Wow. So every time there's pairs, there's changes. We had a pair of 10s. We had a pair of 9s, a pair of 3s. 9's a change of times. 3's are about emotional energy changing and moving from one place to another. Here's the love card and the health card. And I think that the relationship with yourself card came up first for you, because once you're healthy and in love with yourself, then all of your other relationships are very healthy as well, because you only accept the best for yourself. If you're not in a relationship right now that is feeling the best for you being treated well, you being treated like you're important and matter, you being treated like an equal, your voice mattering, your desires and wishes mattering, then that relationship's going to change because you're being leveled up. And that's what this creating a relationship with yourself is all about. You're being leveled up. I do think because you're a person who does probably who resonates being in a relationship, that you're going to have successful relationship. But there are some changes coming around that. Are you going on a trip? 2 8s have come up around you. That's usually a travel. Success around connection. And that looks like a male figure. So maybe you should take a little trip with a friend. And then when you get home, there seems to be success around connection with a male figure. This is one I'd love to do a private reading around, because it's pretty complicated and there's a lot to go into around this. And I'd love to ask a little bit of clarifying questions so that I know a little bit better how to interpret this. But mostly I want you to concentrate on your relationship with yourself and what you deserve, your highest and best good, and let that be your guide to your relationships outside. You will be in a relationship and it should be a very happy one. But I'm not sure it's the same one you're in now. So If you want more clarification, just get like a 15-minute, 30-minute, whatever, and we can delve into it a little bit deeper. Okay. All right, Aaron. What is going to happen next with your past job and upcoming career? Oh, now this makes me very happy to find out that somebody, oh man, this is so controversial to say out loud. But it takes guts to walk out on a job. Now, I'm not saying it's always the right decision, so not everybody should go out and do that. But by God, if there's something that you want to create and you've gotten yourself to a point where you just felt like it can be very empowering to do something like that. Doesn't mean it's always the right thing to do, but it can be very empowering. So, oh my God, it also makes me kind of nervous, Aaron. Okay, so the job and career cards are the 9 and 10 of clubs, the 9 and 10 of diamonds. Let's see where that comes up around you. I'm going to pull this card to represent you. She's lovely. You quit your job yesterday. Oh, so bold. You're a bold, badass bitch. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go. So here's your card. We're going to look for the 9 and 10 of clubs, 9 and 10 of diamonds. Another one I'd love to delve into deep with. All right, let's see. So far, so good. Lots of people in heaven supporting, lots of people. So reach out to people, listen, the reaction that people have to some news like that may not always feel right for you. So try to lean in on the people who can be supportive, and not the people who can be naysayers, because now that you've taken this bold step, we want your energy to be nice and high and free to attract the right and perfect opportunity towards you. So do not lay in bed with the naysayers, talking about, what's wrong with your decision. This was a bold and empowering decision. And so I think it's going to lead to good things. But networking and connection with people who do believe in you are really important. And it looks like you're going to hear some news soon about something. So let's see what that's about. See, that success around self, that self card is always, there's a job. Yay! Oh, your career. So I wonder if you're going to be self-employed. Look at that. And that's all in the heart pile. That's success. That's that same card that came up earlier. That means, look what it means. Where's the camera? Really who you are, what you want, your power within, your authentic self, and then the job card. This is the card of soul purpose or life purpose. So soul purpose means that your work going forward must be much more in line with who you are authentically. No wonder those cards have come up together. And look at your sevens. Heaven's going to help you with that. And this is direction from heaven, so they'll bring you right to it. As long as you don't sabotage yourself by any form of shame or guilt about this, as long as you can see that what you did was an empowering thing for yourself. And again, you guys, I'm not going out recommending everybody should quit their jobs, because I don't want anybody coming back at me going, I did, and then I lost my house, because you're not going to do that. That's not going to happen. But in your case, I think it was an empowering move, and I think it was bold. And I also think that your soul is calling out to do something that's much more in line with your purpose. And it could be your own work. So you could work from home, or you could start your own business, or something that is in line with, what you love to do and what your passion is. But purpose is coming up all around this. So let's see if there's anything else you need to know about this. Yeah, this is good. So, oh, that's interesting. The fours come in again with help from heaven. They're always angel cards. The eights are really helpful. This is happiness around relationship to spirit. So you're going to trust spirit to help you find the right and perfect opportunities going forward, and kind of delve out. Oh, this is so exciting. Aaron, this is the fives are transformation from fear to creation and empowerment around your soul purpose. So if there's something that your soul is calling out to do, the opportunity around business, I think you're going to be doing your own business opportunity. A heart's desire around your own thing. Only let people contribute that help you feel excited and empowered about this. But if there's something that you feel passionate about, just start talking to people about that. There are going to be a lot of people that will step up and help you. But I think there's also a little bit of warning about the naysayers. Wow, girl, you got guts. Okay, you're going to be okay. Yeah, I would love to delve into this more and ask you lots of questions. Okay, guys. So let's see. Do we have any announcements? No, you got a discount code coming toward the end. I'm going on a weekend retreat this weekend to do some readings for a lovely group of women who are having a retreat. So, as things open up after COVID, these opportunities are coming up more and more. And if you guys have things that you'd like to do or retreats that you're going to or creating yourselves, keep me in mind for something like that, because it's just so fun and empowering to do readings for everybody on a retreat. So that's where I get to go this weekend. I'm very excited. All right, Jody, the relationship card reading I will do for you. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to pick that same I think I'm going to do the Queen of Diamonds for you. Hang with me. Where is she? Where is that gal? Oh, the very last card in the deck. There she is. Okay. So let's see what's coming up. Again, we're going to look for the relationship cards, the 3, 6, and 10 of hearts. All right. So there's the heart pile, the home. So this card is usually some kind of disturbing energy in the heart, maybe heartbreak or something like that. Emotion. I think it's just emotional, though. I don't think there's anything serious to worry about. This is the home pile, and that's the true love card. And there's that freaking self-reflection card again. So let's just start with the heart pile. Lots of fours, lots of heavenly energy coming in. There's a little trip out of state or something. 2 8s. And then this kind of heavy emotion around the heart. And then we've got this true love card. This is in the home pile. Cards that follow 7 come up around you. Connection, happiness, and love. This feels like a future thing. So ultimately, there's connection with a male figure. There's passion, success, maybe somebody through work or working something out. There's help from heaven, happiness, and love. The only thing that confuses me is what the emotional energy is in the heart pile, because everything else looks really good. And there's money too. Okay, so the cards that follow the 7 I put up here. There's a youngish male figure. Doesn't always necessarily mean a young person, but it's a youngish male figure. Heart's desire, and this card amplifies anything that's next to. This card is about heaven trying to help you with a specific idea or project or plan or something like that. Wish come true around the male figure. So, but here's what's confusing me. There's a little picture in the corner. It's so tiny I can barely see it, but it looks like a man and woman together. But this energy is not necessarily that. So I'm confused. But I feel like there's a little bit of emotional energy going on and then a really good love outcome going on. And I don't know what that means. This is more of a private thing too, I think. Sorry, I can't be of more help. I do know in the long run everything looks really good. I just don't know what the emotional heavy energy is about. And that is being worked through. Oh, I also just heard okay, and so sometimes if your heart is heavy about something, then you might get distracted or even get triggered by, let's say, a friend having good news around their relationship or their honeymoon or their anniversary or something. So I'm hearing about you're going to get a phone call that's going to be a little bit triggering, but it's also going to help you heal a little bit of whatever that energy is. So that might be about another person because your wish come true around true love seems pretty solid. It's a little confusing. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. Jamie, will I write a book or help others if I release a spiritual message I've received? Okay. So the book, that would be the 5 of Clubs, the creation card. So creating, and the 4 of Clubs, I think, is art and beauty. Those 2 cards come up together. That would be definitely some information about a book. We're also going to look at things like the Ace of Diamonds, because it's about documents. The 10 of Diamonds is about success. So I'm going to hold this card up for you, Jamie, and let's see about a book. Okay. There's some people energy here. That's a project or plan. There's that self-reflection thing. So this is kind of interesting because one of the things that it's talking about is about changing the energy from how do I explain this? To making your life's work lucrative for you. Some people think, and I think it's very silly, but because this is what I do for a living. I do readings, I do other kinds of readings, I do coaching, but it's all spiritual based, and it's all based on this gift that I have because I was lousy at every other job I ever tried to do. Seriously, I counted like 55 jobs I pretty much failed at. So I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and it's also how I make my money. And a lot of people, when I was first starting out in this business, I would hear people say mediums shouldn't charge, that it's a gift, you should give that freely. I'm like, well, then how do I make a living then? Isn't it okay for me to actually be able to pay my bills and food on my table? And I had to come to peace at that. My life purpose can also be very lucrative for me. And it's not just about me helping other people. It's about me being able to do that because I'm also taking good care of myself. And I kind of feel like there's something coming up around contributing yourself through your gifts. So, and money being, generated through your own personal soul or gifts or kind of like that. So let me see where those book things are. I don't see that yet. And your question is a little confusing to me because I'm thinking, oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. So this is in the unexpected pile. So this might be why either your book deal would be delayed or that there's somebody to help you with it. There is a relationship or a relative or somebody to help you with it. But there's success around connecting with opportunity And everything does look like it's God-led. So let me show you where that is. So in the what you don't expect pile, this is what I told you I was looking for, which is the art and beauty card. Things coming together. God's arms around you, connecting with success and opportunity. And it's between the two sevens. And it's going from like doubt to action around that. I think you could do both. I think that your book would be very helpful, but you don't have to wait on your book to start working and doing things that give people messages and help them. But I also think there's this thing about money, like, oh, I don't know if, like, you might subconsciously be holding money back that you could be making. And there's some doubt, there's some self-doubt. Write your freaking book or have someone help you with it. But get started on that in the meantime too. But there is some letting go of self-doubt that's coming up around you, or disappointment. So this is letting go, disappointment, or doubt, and that self-reflection card that I keep talking about. So I think starting the project, even if you do end up not finishing it, is going to really help you bust through that energy. But there's some success to be had here. There's a bright change around transformation. Personal health and well-being comes up a lot. Happiness and affection comes up a lot. So keeping your vibration high, doing the things that you love to do. But if you feel excited about a book, then you should start writing your book. It's going to help you with this other question too about giving people or helping other people. But you will encounter somebody who's very serious about helping you with this. All right. Time goes so fast when I'm doing this. I can't believe it. Okay. I think the name is Pammy. Are you there, Lisa? Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Is that Pammy?
Pammy.
Okay. Pammy Jean. I love that. My middle name. Yeah, my middle name is Jean. Okay. Okay. So on the track of making a difference in the world, is your hubby going to be in on it with you? Shine loud and he will stay angry about it. Let's see. Okay. This is your card. I feel like I kind of need to read around him because I'm wondering why he's feeling angry. Usually they feel a little bit sometimes insecure about it, like you might move on or outshine or go on without him. And sometimes it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that they're doing. It's almost pushing you away in order for you to, but I get ahead of myself. Let me tell you what the cards say, and then I'll see if they confirm what I suspect is happening. Okay. Because sometimes you just cannot put the genie back in the bottle, Pammy. And you just have to let people have the feelings they have about it. And they'll either get over it or they won't. But I suspect when you get to a point, I don't even really need the cards for this, but I'll double check with the cards. But when you get to a point where your soul wakes up and wants to make a difference in the world, you've reached the fourth stage of human life, as I see it. And these can all be kind of intertwined, but the four stages that I see we come and do here on life, sometimes it takes several lifetimes to do these things. But one of the stages is to experience. We have all these experiences, good and bad. We experience. And the second phase is to heal and learn from those experiences. And we do a lot of work to do that often. And the third is to, now we've got ourselves healed and we're good, and now we're going to attain. So we're going to get the job we want. We're going to get the, partner we want. We're going to get the boat we want, and the plane, whatever the heck you want, your own private island, your whatever you want, your career, whatever. And the fourth stage is to give back. So we get and then we give. So you're going to experience, learn, get, give. And you seem to be in the giving stage. And usually when your soul is in that spot where it is calling out to give back to the world, you cannot put that genie back in the bottle. And if you try, you're going to be very dissatisfied, and it really won't work for you or anyone else. People have feelings about that because maybe they're in a different stage, or maybe they don't quite understand why your soul is calling out to do what it wants to do in that stage. And that's okay. They have the feelings that they have for that they have about it. Will he always be angry? Well, let's see. I don't think so. I think if you continue to walk your own path, I think it'll help him, move through the stages and see what they're really like. Okay. But I'm going to pull out this card for him because it also looks angry. I hope that he can move through this very quickly with you. I'm excited for you. The first thing I felt when I read it is excitement. Yeah, it'd be all right. This is success in the what's sure to come true pile. This is project or plan, heart's desire. There's your female energy, and there's success. But since we're reading around him, let's see what he feels. I think this card in this case is representing helping him to come to a higher understanding, which I think will alleviate some of that anger. And sometimes people work for money, and sometimes people have a purpose that they can make money at, but not necessarily do for work. But he seems to be working for money, and that's his purpose right now. Letting go. So, and there's a love card. I mean, loves you. Pammy, that's what I would do if I were you. Stay on your path. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Your soul is calling out to do what it came here to do. And I think he'll move through it. I really do. I think there's love there. I think there might be a misunderstanding, but I don't think that you can stop doing what you came here to do. Let him adjust. Just let him adjust. So I hope that helps. But I got excited when I read that because I love it when souls are waking up and you want to make a difference in the world. That means you've gotten there. And that's what's going to make the world a better place is people are waking up all over and all over. We can't put the genie back in the bottle just because it makes someone else mad. We need you out there making a difference in the world. Okay. Let's do one more. And then, okay, I just happened to glance and see Pammy say he worries about money. So here's what you do about that. When you're on your life path, money goes up and down. I have some worries about money sometimes too. But I do remember that when I was really working in my soul purpose path very, very well and freely and happily, and I was on a high vibration and I was really doing it, the money was flowing. And I remember thinking, this is going to help my dad understand that you can be successful in a different way. And he may have to wrap his head around that, but because he really didn't understand what I do and wanted me to just have a normal job. And I just failed at all of them, even though I tried really hard. But there was a time that he finally told me he was proud of me before he passed away, because even the path that I had chosen, which was my sole purpose, was working for me. So I'm not homeless. I clearly eat enough. You'll be okay. So if he's worried about money, it's an opportunity for him to work through some insecurities about what would happen if money looks differently or if work looks differently. But I suspect that's why it showed that he's working for money. Okay. Katie says, will your childhood trauma cause college and work problems? Yes, it will. But that doesn't mean you stop, because childhood trauma also serves a higher purpose in your path. So let's see what that is for you. It's almost impossible to have some serious trauma from childhood and not have it affect your goals in your path. And it makes your path really wiggly, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. So, and sometimes there definitely is a higher purpose. I don't think I could do what I do for others if I didn't have all the crap I had and all the trauma that I had and still have, working through still today. Okay, there's you. So this is all super good. This is in the home pile. This is help from heaven. You know, one of the things I was going to say is to make sure that you're working on your healing always, and that there's so much good information about how to detect when, because one of the things about that trauma does is it gives you false information about what's happening in the future, and so it makes you think that something's bad when it's really not bad because it's triggering a pain from the past. It also can make you very empathetic and very highly sensitive so that you actually pick up on other things people don't pick up on. So there's a lot of really good information about deciphering. How do you decipher between when you're reading something falsely or when you're reading something correctly? I just heard the other day that most people with a significant amount of trauma have to learn to not rely on their instincts. And so until that's healed, and then you can rely on them again. So it's tricky, but I do see a lot of, like, this is in the What's Sure to Come True card for you is creating what you want. You have a very committed heart. So whatever problems it causes for you, if you stay committed to your true spirit and goals, you'll get through them, and they will teach you something that you could never learn otherwise. So it actually brings you to a much higher consciousness to have these traumas. Remember, experience and then assimilate. Experience the good and the bad, the trauma, and then learn and grow from that. And then you'll attain your degree, and then you'll be ready to give back to the world when you work through some of that stuff. This is the card of career and success. So it's clearly not going to stop you. And see the problems that you're having as just something to learn by and not something to stop you. There is an element to success called unstoppability. And you just have to decide you're just not stoppable. And I mean, I could go into story after story about how all the blocks that I ran into, but I just have to decide I'm just not stoppable. I'm still here. I'm still doing what I'm doing. So you have the career card and success around that. You also have passion. See, now sometimes that trauma creates a lot of passion in you. So you have career and passion. That's coming up really nice and strong. You have a very committed heart, and sometimes that might have there's your trauma. The 2 came up around you. That's trauma. Sometimes having a committed heart can mean that we give more to others than we do ourselves. And that you have to watch out for that, because if you're giving more energy to others, and people with trauma tend to do that because we had to do that. We had to make the grownups in the house happy, or other people happy, or we get hurt. So we tend to be over committed to others. So you have to watch a little bit of that. You might have to let go of that a little bit. You might have to say no more, have strong boundaries. Go back on your word occasionally. Oh, I hate to say it, but sometimes you have to break a promise, especially if we overcommit because of our trauma. So there's lots of things that you'll have to learn to navigate through, but it isn't going to stop you. You're going to get through it. So there's your trauma, there's your passion, there's your career and education. You're going to do okay. All right, my lovely people, we're going to put up a code now for you to get a discount. We try to make the services available to all people and all prices. So if you have a really burning desire and you just need a short reading, we offer short ones as well. So go on my website, CallieMcClurePsychicMedium.com, or my Facebook page, which is this one, Psychic Medium Kelly McClure. Make sure it's all spelled out right. Make sure you're seeing me on these live videos now and again so you know it's really me. And also, do not get a reading where you don't either hear my voice or see my face, because people are out there giving bogus readings in my name, and it's not okay. And I know that they're just in fear, so I'm going to send them love and light because they don't think that they can generate their own prosperity without cheating. But I don't want you guys to be taken for a ride. So I'm never going to come to you and go, hey, I have a reading for you. Please pay me, and I'll tell you what the angels are saying. That's not going to happen. If a spirit tells me to come to you for a reading, I would not charge you for that. So please know that I won't solicit one. You go to my website or Facebook page and book, and you can use this code, FBLIVE, and today's date 0416 to get 20% off. Now you have until next Sunday to book it, and I can't wait to talk to you guys in person and dig deep into these questions, and Spirit will bring through nice, wonderful guidance for you. So thank you guys so much for being on tonight. I love you all. Take care and have a wonderful week. See you next week. Bye.